Hey everybody, welcome to Top Shelf, and here's my top 10 teams heading into Week 8 of the NFL season. At number 10, and I decided between two teams here, is either Washington or Jacksonville, and I went with the Jacksonville Jaguars for my number 10 team. They had 10 sacks against Indianapolis Colts. A couple weeks ago, they had 5 interceptions against Pittsburgh. They have a dominant running game. They play in an easy division. I like their chances moving forward this season. I got Jacksonville at number 10, but still an honorable mention to the Washington Redskins, who I do think are the real deal. Got a real tough schedule and a really hard division to play in this year. My number 9 team is the New Orleans Saints, and this is a team that keeps jumping up my lists from week to week here, now sitting at 4-2. Their defense is what's really surprising this year, a huge improvement. They've got 10 takeaways already this season, 8 interceptions, two fumble recoveries. With an offense like New Orleans, that's going to translate to a lot of points. They're averaging 391 yards per game, 121 on the ground per game as well. So they got a two-headed monster back there with Ingram and Kamara, plus a really good quarterback, some great receivers who can stretch the field. I think New Orleans is going to be a team that is going to make some noise here in the coming weeks. Number 8, I got the Dallas Cowboys, and this is only a 3-3 team, but let me tell you, when Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott play the way that they did against San Francisco, it's going to be tough for any team to beat them. Zeke had 3 touchdowns, 2 rushing, one through the air. Dak Prescott also 4 touchdowns, 1 on the ground. Even Dez Bryant was in the action on Sunday with 7 catches. Only thing about this team here is their next 4 games come against the Washington Redskins, the Kansas City Chiefs, Atlanta Falcons, the Philadelphia Eagles. So really tough schedule. If they can win 3 of those games, they're definitely justified in my 8th spot for this week. Number 7, I got the Seattle Seahawks. It's looking like in the NFC West here, it's going to be between Seattle and the Los Angeles Rams. At number 6, I've got the Kansas City Chiefs, and last week they dropped to number 2. This week they're at 6. 2 losses in a row. I'm still, really high on this team. They still got a lot of really good pieces, both offensively and defensively. They should be okay moving forward. Alex Smith is having a great year. Got a great young rookie running back and some real good weapons surrounding them. So I would look for the Kansas City Chiefs to turn around really soon. Moving into the top 5, I have the Los Angeles Rams, and this is the best offense in football. They have the youngest coach ever in the NFL, and their defense just shut out the Arizona Cardinals, who, although are not an amazing team, and I know Carson Palmer got hurt in that game, but there's still guys like John Brown, Larry Fitzgerald, Adrian Peterson on that offense. So it's pretty impressive that they were able to shut Arizona out in London. Number 4, I got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh is a team that a few weeks ago I was like, I think Big Ben's washed up. I'm not sure if you can win with only Bell, Brown, and Roethlisberger. Now I'm starting to believe that you can win with 2 or 3 players on your offense. Le'Veon Bell is touching the ball upwards of 30 times a game. He's so dynamic, he's so strong, he's quick, he's shifty. Definitely, probably is the best running back in the NFL right now. And, let's not forget about Big Ben. I talked about him and a few weeks ago after his 5 interception performance, maybe potentially, losing his touch, but he seems to have rebounded nicely. Two real good wins in a row. Next 3 games are against the Lions, the Colts, and the Titans. I expect them to go 3-0 and be a team competing to get to the Super Bowl out of the AFC this year. At number 3, I have the Minnesota Vikings. And firstly, I just gotta say, I can't believe Joe Flacco is making $22 million a year. This guy is a joke of a quarterback, and I'm arguing that the only reason he won the Super Bowl that year is because he had a dominant defense, and now he's getting $22 million. 27 completions on Sunday, only 186 yards. That's 6.7 yards per completion. That's just not enough. And in addition to that, he fumbled the ball 3 times. But, like I said, Minnesota. They're my number 3 team this week, and the phrase defense wins championships might be applicable to this team because they keep overcoming all their shortcomings and their limitations. No Teddy Bridgewater, no Sam Bradford, Case Keenum's their quarterback, Dalvin Cook went out, and this team is still overcoming their limitations, and I'm becoming very, very impressed with this team. At number 3, I have the New England Patriots, and I've seen a few power rankings already today that have them at number 1, but I'm still slightly pessimistic with this team. But it's looking like they're going to be the best team in the AFC. I know the Kansas City Chiefs got out to a big start, but Tom Brady's Tom Brady. Their defense is starting to figure it out. Bill Belichick's obviously the greatest coach in the league. One downfall with this team I would suggest is the way that they use their running backs. They got Dion Lewis, John White, Gillislee, and Burkhead, and at least for fantasy people, they're not really liking that, but it seems to be working for New England right now. I still think that they need to find a more primary running back, but hey, they're 5-2. They seem to be on a roll. They just beat Atlanta again, and quite easily, so they're my number 2 team this week. My number 1 team this week, again, is the Philadelphia Eagles, who are now 6-1 after beating the Washington Redskins 34-24 at home on Monday night. Carson Wentz, 17 of 25, 268, 4 touchdowns, only 1 interception. Also added 63 yards on the ground. This is a guy that's looking like the MVP of the entire football league. Zach Ertz, again, making a case to be the best tight end in football. 5 catches, 89 yards, and another touchdown. But what's really impressive about this Philadelphia Eagles team is that their defense complements this offense so well. And this isn't an elite defense who's going to go out there and win games if Philly can't score. But they are limiting the big plays. Washington, 3 points in the first, 7 in the second, 7 in the third, and 7 in the fourth. So what that says to me then is that the Philadelphia Eagles, yes, they're going to give up points, yes, they're going to give up yards, but you're not going to get a huge quarter against these guys because their offense is just too good. So again, the Philadelphia Eagles are my number 1 team this week. Thanks for watching Top Shelf. I'm Jordan. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next week. See ya.